A train station moment. The station hummed with the ordinary clamor of commuters. Wheels on tracks, announce-me's, and the soft murmur of strangers in transit. I stood on the platform, a bag at my feet, watching the clock above the archway blink in time with the arriving trains.
Then he appeared, benignly uncertain, like a bookmark fallen into a new chapter. He hesitated at the edge of the bench, then slid closer with a shy smile and asked, "Can I sit near you?"
"Of course you can," I replied, brushing a crumb from my sleeve as if to punctuate the certainty in my response.
We traded the usual small talk, the weather, the predictability of the timetable, the way the city seems to compress into shorter breaths inside a moving carriage. He introduced himself with a name I forgot instantly, but remembered because of the sentiment that followed, a quiet eagerness to be seen.
"Hold and behold," he said with a half-finished grin, as if quoting a line from a book neither of us had opened. Then, with a gentleness that felt almost ceremonial, he asked, "Where are you stopping?"
I told him. I was headed to a place I had already named in my head a dozen times. The stop where life sometimes pretends to pause, when people remember to notice one another. "Me too," he admitted, "though I'm not sure if it's the same station you're aiming for." The train hissed in, doors sighing open and shut, and we slid into our seats with the ease of two travelers who had found a shared rhythm in a crowded corridor of steel and maps. He spoke a little about where he was going, the kind of plans that feel fragile when spoken aloud, the kind that gain weight only when they're heard by someone listening. As the journey unfolded, the landscape blurred into a series of fleeting frames. A river glinting like a ribbon, a row of trees that leaned toward the sun, a station sign that blinked in a way that suggested a secret. Then, as we approached my stop, something slightly misaligned happened. The train did not slow for mine alone. It continued, gliding past the platform where I stood, the doors never quite yielding to the moment we'd imagined. I looked up, confused, and then alarm softened into a different comprehension. He hadn't stopped because, he admitted softly, almost to himself, that was the only chance I could spend a little longer with you. He was too shy to ask something larger, something that would have settled the question quietly between us. If I'm married, if I'm open to possibilities, if tonight could be a doorway rather than a doorstep. The revelation landed softly, like a note left in a pocket. Intended, careful, and unexpectedly intimate. When the train finally slowed at my station again, we stood, not with the fierce urgency of new romance, but with the fragile courage of someone who has learned to listen to their own heart. "I didn't stop because I wanted time to tell you this," he said, eyes searching mine for a glimmer of reciprocity in the neon glow of the platform lights. I was too shy to ask what I should have asked in a better moment. I found myself genuinely moved, not by a grand declaration, but by the sincerity of his intent and the quiet bravery it took to voice it. The world seemed to narrow to just us two, A small lamp in a vast station, throwing a warm circle of light around an almost private moment. "Maybe we'll meet again," I whispered, more to the breath between us than to him, because sometimes the future doesn't need to be predicted to feel possible. He offered a shy smile and a nod, as if to promise that even if the train carried us apart, a thread had been left behind, but something small and meaningful that could be picked up in a different station, on a different day. And as I stepped onto the platform, the noise of the station rose around me again, but the air felt clearer, lighter, as if the moment had been shared and saved in a quiet corner of memory. The day didn't end with fireworks, but with a soft, lasting hum, and the kind that says, sometimes the bravest thing in a crowded world is to be seen, and to notice someone else who is willing to be seen too.